There you go. Because my iPad was plugged in, it wanted to play through my iPad. That's so strange. I've never had that happen. Okay, dokie. Just one sec. I'm just gonna share over onto my classroom. So I told you guys, oh, I think I've frozen myself here. Um, I told you when we made the cards that I would come back and um, we're going to create a page um, loosely. Um, okay, one sec. Just let me do this and then I'll close this. Loosely based off of this card. Okay. Sorry, I just need to make sure my do not disturb is on because my phone seems to be like making lots of noise today. Okay, I think we're all good now. Sorry about that. I was going to shut this down in front of me. Okay, so last week I was creating the Serenity cards just like they were. And then later in the week, I took them and redesigned them with the lovely. I wanted to show you guys too. After, because of course I can't leave anything alone. And I like love stickles. I just added little touches of the diamond stickles onto here, and they are beautiful. So I just did it in like little tiny patches um, in a few spots, not all over, just to add like just a little bit. So on the veins of the flowers, petals, that's where I added it, just like a little tiny bit. So if you see a few people have jumped on. Okay, and then this was then I just added it same spot here. So I said, I think we're going to take this card and create a scrapbooking page. Okay, so I just kind of willy-nilly got a little bit going here. So I picked some pictures. Okay, so I'm gonna put these up here. So I'm gonna do Jingle Joy because it's Christmas. And I thought just right before Christmas, let's scrapbook. Sorry. Okay. Let's scrapbook Christmas. So this is the paper pack. I have the paper pack, what I have left, kind of odds and sods. And then I grabbed the Jingle Joy scrapbooking stamp and thin cut because I needed a title. And I think because I'm going to do a one page, these ones were too big. But we're going to just see here. I might swap it out for this one. We're just going to see here. So I have some pictures here and some pieces. So earlier this month, I posted this is me and Emmy getting ready for a live earlier, and I was trying to get her to Snapchat with me, but she was so busy looking at the animals in the backyard that the little horns in Snapchat wouldn't sit on her head. So I don't know if you could see her nose, but this is the nose that's way over here, and then the ears and the antlers are like floating up in the air. So then she finally got it, and now like the nose is on her nose and the antlers are a little bit above her head, but that's okay. So I think we're gonna do these photos because I thought it would be funny. Okay, so this is what I have here. So I've just got my Versamat down just so I just need to move my keyboard out of the way here or I'm going to hit it. I've got a lot of stuff on my table. Okay, so what I wanted to do was, okay, so the card is rectangular and my scrapbooking page is square. So my triangles on the side are going to be square. I might do another one later where I shrink my triangles down to give it more of the illusion of, hey, Debbie and Bernadette and Mary. of being more exactly like the card with the space on the top and the bottom. But for today, I'm going to do the two triangles on the square. Okay. So that's kind of my thought in my head. And I've got a bunch of pieces here and we're going to go through them all. So I just have my mat down. Okay. So I actually have on the very bottom a piece of black cardstock because I kind of wanted just a thin border around the outside because I wanted to use this patterned piece of paper. So we're going to start there and adhere it down, and then I might move my Versamat out of the way. But so I cut my decorative piece of paper because I love these little trees. So I wanted it on there, but I wanted the black border on the scrapbooking page around the outside of the white to kind of ground all this white. So the decorative piece of paper, I have cut it at 11.5 by 11.5. So it just gives me that little 1/4 inch border all around the page. So I was actually going to do this later today, and then I'm trying to do some laundry. So I thought, oh, I'll just do it while I've got a little laundry running. Because it also turns super crazy cold here, and I'm not as eager to go outside as I actually was when I was thinking I was going to go and do my last minute grocery shopping. So I'm just going to, that looks pretty good. Okay. So then I might move this out of the way so you can see it a little bit better because it's then not on the black of the Versamat. And I actually really like it because I just wanted kind of that that little tiny border to ground it a little bit. Okay. So then I wanted my triangles, right? So I used exactly the same concept as the cards. So I'm going to show you here. So you can use any papers. So I grabbed three pieces of paper. So this is the back side of that bulk piece from that you can use in like the card making workshop, or there is a piece in the normal paper pack, and then this is the back side of a different one. So then I cut 3 squares, and I'll tell you exactly the sizes that I cut. Okay, so my flamingo one, which I'm going to put on the bottom because Emmy's a girl, and I thought I'm going to add the pink on too. So I'm going to show you exactly. So this is, maybe I'll bring my Versamat back in so you can see. Right, so there we go. This is 8.25 by 8.25, and then I slice it in half, right? Just like that. And that creates our first set of triangles. So this set of triangles will go right from top to bottom on my 11.5-inch piece of paper. So has everybody finished all their crafty projects for Christmas so far? I was like doing one last night and I thought, oh, this is just like totally me. Last minute crafting. Because I think, oh, I can just do one more thing. So I was making for my niece and nephew the phone stands. So the phone stands that we had from Black Friday. Now I'm so glad that I grabbed a few extra. So I used just paper from my stash, and they turned, and I did literally nothing to them other than add the paper to them, and they're so cute. I used the Best Friends Forever. So they're like dogs and cats on one side, and then just yellow on the other side. Okay, so then I have a piece of clover, and I think this is 7 3/4, but we'll just double check. Okay, so it's 7 3/4. And again, same thing. Oh my goodness, Bernadette, you should go to bed. Thank you. You have a wonderful Christmas too. Tomorrow, it's almost, well, it is Christmas Eve there, right? Okay, so then we're going to add these triangles on, and like I said, they're clover, and they're 7 3/4. So if you guys want like a little shooter sketch, if you comment in the comments sketch, then I will do up a little sketch with the measurements, and I'll add it when I do the blog post. So, but you guys let me know, because I won't bother if nobody wants it. But I think this is going to turn out cute. Okay, so I just used like the 1/4 inch difference for each triangle. Okay, so then I think our last one should be 7 1/4. Okay, so it's 7 1/4, and then I cut it in half on my trimmer. So all of these triangles fit into your trimmer, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So Sharice is saying free sketch. So I did one for when I did the slimline. So I asked in the comments on that one if anybody wanted a sketch. And so there is a sketch up on my blog when I did the stamp of the month slimline card, and it's super cute. Okay, so that is kind of the base. So that's what I really wanted to do. And then we're going to put our photos here. I'm going to use that as my inspiration. So my photos, I think, are going to kind of go here. And then I'll do something at the top and the bottom, just like I have the clusters on the card. So this is the second one. So this is the remake. So obviously I can't put all the embellishment in the middle of the layout, because nobody would see anything. So, okay, so I'm just trying to decide if this title is too big to use here. So I'm going to just cut it out, and we're going to see. I might just lay it down. If not, if it's too big, I have something smaller that I stamped before, just in case. Okay, so I'm going to show you something too. Lots of times with my sticker sheets, and I do this right at the beginning, I pull all the backing right off the sticker sheet, because this is not, with this on here, it's not an accurate representation of the size. So lots of times when I'm working with the sticker sheet, I will start on one end and carefully pull all the backing off, and then it's just sitting on like that wax paper backing, and then I cut them up, because it's totally a different size, because when they print them, they have to print over the edge, so it looks like something bigger than it actually is. That's why I wanted to take this off its backing. Okay, and so then the other thing I know I want to put on here is I cut from the gold foil paper 2020. And so this is that simple sheriff Alpha and Thin Cut. Oh my goodness, it's actually, and it looks so awesome with this cut out of that gold foil paper. I love it. So it's got the capitals, like the capital letters and the lowercase letters and the numbers. Okay, so then I think, so this is kind of what I was thinking. I want to I'm going to journal in the middle, I think, here. So I actually think I might end up using this. Okay, so I'm going to double map my photos. So these are just slightly smaller than 3 by 4. So I have the raspberry one is actually 3 by 4. And then the evergreen is 3¼ by 4¼ So I'm just going to double mat them. Just because there's so much going on in the background, I thought it would just help us stand out a little bit. So my thought is to have like long skinny thing of journaling in the middle, like that. So I have my raspberry and my evergreen. Oh, that's funny. I'm actually wearing this sweater in this photograph. I just realized. So there we go. And I think that by adding the raspberry and the evergreen, that's kind of the last two colors that weren't in the background. So I'm gonna do this and so, okay, we're gonna do this for sure. So I'm sure you guys have all seen this, me do this before, but I am going to make my own journaling box here. And so I want these numbers just at the top here, I think. Okay, so we're just going to move this just a little bit. And I'm going to glue my numbers down. I just need some glue. And I'm just looking for my tweezers, which I don't see anywhere, so that's okay. It's bad. I only have one set of tweezers left, and they are small, and they keep getting lost. I like them to hold on to my little pieces while I'm gluing them, but I'm just going to have to survive without them. Okay, so I'm just using my favorite glue. And I'm just going to put my ruler down so that I know that my pieces are going on straight. So let's see how wide this is. seems to be very crowded here today for some reason. So it's 3 inches wide. So I am going to shoot to get my 2 and my 0 there in the middle at the 1.5 inch mark. So there we go. You guys, this is much easier with my tweezers. I'm thinking I might be ordering myself another set. I wish we still had them. Woo. They're definitely a tool that I miss being able to order. I'm just going to, there we go. It's funny when you get used to having certain tools to craft with, and when they go missing, you feel semi-lost. I'm sure I actually might have taken them into the other room when I was finishing my last minute crafts last night. Okay, something, there we go. There we go. And I need to wipe the liquid glue off of there or it'll be there forever. Okay. So now, oops. So I get asked questions a lot about the precision tip on the liquid glue. And just make sure that the needle from your top, like your lid, actually goes right down in. Sometimes I've missed it and then it's actually not sealed. So, guys, I'm going to spill my coffee for sure today. Okay, so let's bring this back over here. And I'm going to add my journaling lines. So I like to do this with my Versamat underneath and just a black journaling pen. I still have the old ones because they're still working. And I have the new ones too. This happens to be closer. Okay, so this, I'm going to just lightly tack it down onto my mat on one of the lines so that it's straight. And then I want to leave a gap to my year there. And then I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. And I'm just leaving like 1/8 of an inch on each side. And then I know that I like about 1/4 of an inch for writing. So I'm just lining my ruler up on the side to my Versamat on each side and not worrying so much about my ruler other than using it for like the 1/8 of an inch gap on each side. This is one of our old rulers. If you don't have a ruler like this though, a great option is like a quilting ruler because there lots of quilting rulers are see-through. I have a quilting ruler that's square that I like to pull out when I need certain things. And then I have one that's actually super long and I've never quilted. So Sorry, this is a long journaling box. I have a lot to say, I know, on this one. So if you didn't want though to, and I'm gonna probably end up covering up some of it on the bottom anyway. If you don't want this big a box, you could always just make it smaller or just add a piece of decorative paper in the middle instead of the journaling box. I think I might cut up some scraps and tuck them in the sides. We're just going to see how this looks. That's why I grabbed my extra paper here. I'm just going to see how this looks once I tack it down. So when I tack this down into the middle, I'm just going to add adhesive kind of just in the middle so that I could tuck things in still. And then if I have to, I can also add just a little bit more adhesive on the edges after. But you have to remember it is going to be underneath a page protector, so it should stay in place. Okay, we're getting there. And if you don't need the lines, then don't draw lines for journaling. I just really like to make sure that my journaling is straight. I will also write my journaling in pencil first, but just to make sure that I can get everything I want to say there. And it's kind of spaced properly. Okay, just a few more. We're almost at the end here. Okay, last one. Okay. I thought this would kind of play up the fact that it has the triangle in the middle, so it really pulls your eye into the middle of the layout. So, and see, I have extra lines because I know stuff is going to get covered up. So, this is kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, so then I think that I might need to add this reindeer on here because we both have those reindeers on us. So I'll also say that once you take the backing off, the stickers are actually far easier to cut apart because you're just cutting through the waxy back. You're not cutting through the thick cardstock. So and then let's see what else on here I want. Maybe I'll put these presents down at the bottom. And this, oh, what fun, could be cute on there. Oh, no, I think I'm going to use the one that says, I've been good. That one for Emmy. That's funny because she's kind of goofy. So I'm going to use these presents. Like this. And I think I'm going to use that one. And I think the trees. So lots of times too, what I'll do is like I said, I take the backing off and it's too late now. And then I'll cut them apart and then I throw them in just like one of the dishes like you saw me when I had all the parts of my Serenity card making workshop pulled apart. I'll just throw them in there. So while I'm working, I can just dig in there to see what I want out of the bucket. Okay, I don't think I need this. But I think I'm going to add these. So I'm thinking something like this. Okay, so I actually don't think I'm going to tuck any more pieces of paper underneath. I had, like I said, okay, I'm just going to, I might use that too. We're going to have to just see. So I did have, this was the other title that I was going to use instead, was the Just Believe. And then I had grabbed two of these, but I think what I might do instead is add this up here like this. So these are some of the stitched brackets, and I've done them in the same colors as I did our mats here. So, okay, I think I need to start tacking some stuff down here. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm thinking here. So I'm just going to move a few things over to the side. And if we need any more pieces of paper, I do have. See, I'm wondering if maybe it's going to be cute. And this would be very easy to turn into a 2-page spread too, right? So, I don't even know how much of this piece, I have 6, so let's see. This would be super easy to turn into a 2-page spread. You could either split the triangles on the side of 2 different layouts or do 2 of these side by side. So let's just see here. No, we're leaving it like that. I'm going with my original thought. Okay, so now I just need to start tacking things down and then tucking in my embellishments. So I'm going to just move everything just off from where I want it, because this is the most important part for me to get in the middle. So like I said, I'm just gonna, you can see the adhesive from where I had it tacked down on the Versamat. So I'm just going to line that up where I want it and then work around it. So there we go. I think that might be about center. I'll just sneak this back underneath. Yeah, pretty close. Okay, so there we go, is that. And then I might leave the green off of that one, I think. But so I'm going to for sure pop this up. So I'm going to take my anti-static pouch and I'm just going to take the stick off. And add my foam tape. So I did a ton of Christmas shaker cards, so I have lots and lots of this, so we're going to use up some of this on this layout. I have a whole bucket of it. So I had to I pulled the bucket out one day and it was sitting on the floor in my office and I was downstairs organizing supplies and Emmy thought it would be super fun to play with one of these and she had little foam squares all over her and she's a doodle so they all stuck in her fur. So let's just also cut off a piece. I'll tell you right now, I have 3 pair of scissors on my desk. That's how I end up with losing stuff all the time. Okay, so now, and one of the advantages to popping this up, right, is that I can lay this down and decide. Okay, so I'm actually going to tack down this photograph. Just like that. You could do this all with cardstock too. It wouldn't necessarily have to be decorative paper. Okay, so as you guys know, I love my embellishing thread. I'm just going to tuck some right over here. And my proper size glue dots have not arrived, so we are using the jumbo glue dots. So I'm just going to wrap it around. So I just wrap it around my finger. And then here are my huge glue dots today. So this is the part where they all meet up. So I'm just putting it in the middle of that huge glue dot and I'm just folding it over. So now it's all stuck together. And I'm going to add this right over here. And I can mess around with it however I want and still trim it off. Okay, and now I'm going to add this. I actually thought I might pop this photo up, but I decided I think we're going to just leave it flat. Okay, and I'm going to tack this down because I like it. Right there. And same thing, I'm just going to add some powder on the back of this sticker because I want to pop it up. You don't have to take the stickiness off the back, but I find that if I don't, sometimes when it gets pressed down, then it sticks to the page if you don't have like tape everywhere. Plus, too, now that I've taken the stick off, I can actually just lay it down on my page. Oh my goodness, I really like that there. Okay, so now I want this tree right there, just like that. And I'm going to now put this down. You don't have to take the backing off of all of them if you don't want to. You can just take enough down off that they will stick to the page. Okay, so I'm going to remind everybody while I'm doing some of these monotonous things that Close to My Heart's going to have a Boxing Week sale. So that starts at, I think, midnight Utah time on Boxing Day. So I would, like I said, I'm so happy that I got those phone holders at Black Friday because they ended up coming in super handy this week. So you never know what's going to be in there. Okay. So I just wanted to slightly overlap my tree and just like that. And I'm going to add a little cluster of I think I need something more up here from the sticker sheet is what I'm feeling right now. But I'll be very interested to see what goes into the Boxing Week sale. I'm assuming we might see Chris. I have no idea. I always try and guess, and I always guess wrong. So I probably shouldn't guess, is my thought. I totally never get it right. No different than when people ask me, oh, what do you think's going to be in the next idea book? I could totally guess and totally get it wrong every single time. I just want this a little more messy. There we go. Okay. So we're getting there. We're almost done. I have this tree, and I'm going to put this tree right here. Just like that. And I think I have to put this like this. And then I'm going to add this. Oh, I'm going to put it there. And I think I will just put it on thin foam tape. Emmy would definitely have to convince Santa that she's been good this year. I don't know about that. Actually, she's pretty good. She only gets herself into mischief when she wants attention, typically. Okay, this is just a little bit too long. So careful with the foam tape, it definitely sticks. There we go. So now, no, I'm going to go like this, I think. And I think I'm going to put this one on thin foam tape. And then the pink one on thick foam tape. And I might just add a little bit more. So I'm just going to go like this. So I haven't taken the backing off. Okay, so after this live this week, I probably am not going to be live back until next week. I've been trying to take Sundays off this month, like during December. And so I've decided I think I'm going to take a few days off over Christmas. You guys don't want to come watch me anyway, so you should be enjoying your family and festivities. Oh, yes, I like this. Okay, so I just need foam tape on my deer here, reindeer, and I'm going to add a little bit of embellishing thread, and then we're going to add gold glitter gems, and I think we're going to be done. So, but for sure, I will post this all on my blog once I take some photographs of it. And I will work on a little sketch that you can download from the blog post. So my blog is listed above, just so you know where to find it. It's Chris's Creative Life at blogspot.ca. So there we go. Okay, so this I can move out of my way. I just want a little bit of embellishing thread for here. So this is a super easy like pattern that you could do over and over and over again and with different things. So I'm kind of feeling, because this is big here, it kind of also balances off that big, huge sticker over here. And like I said, this would be so easy to turn into a double page spread. Okay. Yeah, I don't normally use my scissors to do this either. You guys, I'm like all willy wonky with my tools today. Okay. So that, there we go. You guys, I also want to say that that gold foil paper cuts so nicely with the thin cuts, and it's beautiful. Sometimes I forget about all of our specialty paper, right? Because you're thinking about just the normal pattern paper and the cardstock, but we've got so many of the specialty papers too. Okay, so that is how we are looking. So we're just going to add our glitter gems. So I just grabbed the gold glitter gems. You could black and white, the black and white dots would also look awesome on here. I love the black and white dots. I use them all the time, so that's why I decided to grab the glitter. I think I've used those black and white dots quite a few times in the last little while. So I thought, because it's the holidays and we can add more glitter, we would. So I'm just gonna, in the 3 spots, kind of add, ooh, I don't know why it auto focused there. A few glittery things. So I just have a little piece of cardstock. There we go. It was bugging me. Okay. Just kind of tucking them in a few spots. And the different sizes. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. So I will lift it up. Hey, Pam. There we go. This would also be super cute with a little bit of gold shimmer brush on it splattered. Wonder if I could do that without having a huge accident. Who thinks I can do that without having an accident? I'll probably end up with it where I don't want it, but let's try. Oh, I'm glad. Like I said, I will, I'll add, once it's all photographed, and I will probably add the photographs here before I put on my blog. But like I said, if you go back to, I did give you the measurements as we went, but I will put a sketch up on my blog when I get a chance over the next few days. Okay, it's kind of subtle. You guys might not be able to see it, but it's very pretty. And then I actually think this one is almost out of stuff. So it's just a little sparkle up there. And then I'm gonna sparkle on my title here too. Oh, yes. So see, you can use anything. That's the backing just from the stickers. I still want to add more, but I know I'm going to end up with it on my photos if I'm not careful. I just don't want it on that gold foil paper because it'll stay wet. So I'm pretty sure I also, like I said, I think I need a new gold shimmer brush. There doesn't seem to be a ton of pigment left in it. Okay. That piece I had to throw in the garbage because you guys know I'm going to end up putting my hand back in it. Okay, so I think that's going to be done for today. So, hey, Susan. Make sure to say Merry Christmas to all your family from me. Okay, so there we go. It turned out so pretty. And so all I have to do is add my journaling in here. And I'll do that before I photograph it. Oh, look at that. I didn't stick my reindeer down, guys. That's a good thing that I lifted it up. So you can see the gold glitter a little bit better when the reindeer's not on there. See? It adds just a little, it looks kind of just like a little bit of gold leaf. There we go. Okay, so whoever makes the layout, post your pictures in the thread. So like I said, so I'll go over the measurements just one time. So we took this card as the inspiration, and then remember I remade it in the Lovely the other day. So I used that as my inspiration for my layout. So obviously the black cardstock is 12 by 12. Then this piece of paper in the background was 11 and a half by 11 and a half. And then the triangles in descending order were 8 and a quarter, 7 and 3/4, and 7 and a quarter. And then my journaling box there in the middle is, I think, 3 by 7. And then obviously my box is 3 and a quarter by 7 and a quarter. My two photographs are just slightly smaller than 3 by 4s. So, because I wanted the double matting. So this pink, the raspberry, is actually 3 by 4. And then the evergreen is 3 and a quarter by 4 and a quarter. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Thanks for joining me. And Merry Christmas to everybody, because like I said, I don't think I'll be back on tomorrow or Christmas Day because nobody will come watch me. But I will be back next week. And don't forget about Boxing Day sale. deals. The deals change every day. So I probably might come back on that day just to remind everybody. And yeah, so Merry Christmas, everybody. And thank you for joining me. Talk to you later. Bye bye.